नमस्कार. नारायण नारायण. So you know who I am going to speak about today. Yes, it is about Narad Muni. The Narad Muni who everybody thinks about as quarrel maker, jealousy creator, or pointer of things that lead to quarrel, and so many other negative references. And in Hindi Bollywood scene, it has always been perpetually Jeevan, who was a villain who has played Narada, saying Narayana, Narayana. So most people here, the moment they hear the words Narayan, Narayan, they would remember rather Jeevan than the Narad Muni himself. But what is the other side of Narad Muni? Why was he given so much respect by so many people? Why did so many people through the ages lend him their ears? Let us look at that side of Narad Muni. So, coming back to Narad, everybody must have known the story of Raja Harishchandra. At one point of life, Raja Harishchandra had lost his kingdom, his family, his wife and his child. And that is the time Narad Muni was the one who counseled Raja Harishchandra and prodded him to move on the path of truth and not go away from it. This is something that really requires courage and conviction. And this is a part that Narad Muni has played at number of places. He is the Rishi who has been mentioned in maximum number of Puran and maximum number of ancient wisdom literature. His role in Ramayana is well known. He was the one who discovered Valmiki or the Ratnakar first and gave him motivation enough to become Valmiki, and then put Valmiki on the way to write Ramayana. In Mahabharata, Bhishma on the Sharapanjar or the bed of arrows, he is praising Devarshi Narad to be one of the most renowned rishis. And in other scriptures also, Narad Muni has made repeated appearances and has had sterling success to his credit. He is said to be the direct son of Brahma, and also the first Guru. It is said that a Guru is known by his Shishya. So who were the Shishya of Narad Muni? The list is very, very long, but we'll look here at only 4 of them. The first one is Vedavyas. The second one is Rishi Valmiki. The third one is Prahlad. And the fourth one is Dhruva. And all of them have scintillating, sterling achievements to their own credit. And of course, a part of that credit goes to Narad Muni. And in that sense, he was the topmost Guru who, even without teaching, with a sentence here or with a remark there, was able to motivate his Shishya or was able to point them in the right direction and then set them free. This was his topmost quality as seen. But if you look at the literature, Narad Bhakti Sutra are considered to be top level literature by the Bhakti Pantha. And Narad Smriti is considered to be the foremost literature leading to common law or law of the land as far as jurisprudence is concerned. in jurisprudence, Narad Smriti, Manu Smriti, Yajnavalkya Smriti are considered to be the basic books to be referred, but in that Narad Smriti stands out because it is very concise and very objective. Also, if you see the advice given by Narad Muni to various people at various places has led to a greater group of greater people. He has intervened at the right point in the right way. Also, he has been very objective, totally unbiased, and omniscient in terms of knowledge. So he knew all the time what he was saying and what he was doing and what the repercussion would be. So much so that in Bhagavad Gita chapter 10, Krishna talks about the best things in life or best things in universe. And that is the time he says, Ashwathanam sarva vrukshanam devarshinam cha naradaha gandharvaha cha chitraratha siddhanam kapilo muni. What is best in the world is me, or it is represented by me. And how am I represented? I am represented amongst the trees as Ashwatha, amongst the Rishis or Devarshis as Narada, among the Gandharva as Chitraratha, and among the Siddha, Kapil Muni. So Krishna himself is saying that Narad Muni is the best of them all. What more do we want as a certification for the greatness of Narad Muni? So that is where we will stop here today. Do send us your questions and queries. Narayana, Narayana.